I'm here with Donna Barnes, who is a relationship expert based out of New York City. Thanks for being here, Donna.
Oh, my pleasure.
So, Donna, what we're trying to do is we're trying to help these guys figure out in the early stages of dating what to do and what not to do when it comes to buying gifts, because it can be awkward.
Yes.
So what are some of the pitfalls that you see people experiencing?
Well, first off is spending too much money and on something that has nothing to do with what the girl might actually like. I hear that all the time from clients. They're like, he got me this. Like, did he know nothing about me? So I think that's a really key. I think it's pointless to give a gift if it's not meaningful. So I think, and you want to avoid things that are more, sexualizing of a girl, right? Like, I think some men love to give women lingerie, but unless you've been in a long-term relationship and you know that she likes that, don't you dare give somebody lingerie.
Oh, I don't even like a t-shirt from someone that I haven't tried on.
Right. I think it's really hard to buy clothes for somebody. I mean, unless you're a real fashionista and you happen to know, I think it's a rare person that can, a rare man that can buy a clothes thing for a girl. So don't even go there. Just try to listen to her, which is a good thing anyway, and base a gift on something that you know she likes or that she wouldn't get for herself, or maybe something that she didn't even realize that she said. Those are the best gifts. If she threw something out there and you picked it up and then you get a gift based on that, it'll blow her away.
So what do you think about, because money is a factor, right? Money is a touchy subject for people. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on how much you should be spending on a gift?
I think how much you spend is relative to how long you've been together. If you've only been out on a couple of dates together, you really shouldn't spend more than like $20 on a gift.
$20? You can buy lunch for $20.
Well, exactly, but you can buy a card, or you could make a card, or something meaningful. And I'll tell you, handwritten cards that you actually went to the store and bought, and then took the time to write something meaningful in it with your handwritten, I think it says a lot more than some $100 item that you could just rip off. Maybe your assistant bought it for you, your secretary, she doesn't even know that. So I think trying to spend too much money in the beginning of a relationship can send the wrong message that you're trying to buy her, which is insulting and certainly not endearing. You want her to be endeared to you. And by spending too much money, especially too soon, then I think it puts it in a more materialistic vein instead of a romantic vein.
So when you're looking for this thoughtful item, whether it's a handwritten card or something else, what kind of things do you recommend?
Well, it depends on the individual. If she's really into cooking, then you could get her something that has to do with that. Even if it's something that you don't know about, I think that's always says that you went out of your way to find out. Or if she's got some weird quirky, like maybe she loves comic books, right? Go get some rare comic book for her, which actually that you might pay a little more money for, but it's okay if it's something like that. And then experiences that you can do together, I think, are really the best things to give as a gift in the beginning. Give her a gift certificate to a couple's massage that you can both go together if you're already sleeping together. If you're not sleeping together, that's not a good idea. But or
that's true. There's lots of nakedness happening.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. You need to at least be comfortable with each other for something like that. But even if you know what her favorite band is and they're coming to town, get her tickets to the concert or go to a sporting event if she's a sports fan. I really pay attention to what it is that she'd like to do, and then create experiences that you can do together that you're making memories. And then scrapbooks. If you've been dating for a couple of months and everybody takes pictures now, there's tons of selfies, right?
Yes.
Put together a little memory book that, with captions and things, and say things that you thought, how you fell in love with her on this date, and what made you really be interested in her in the first place, and tell it with pictures and in a little gift book for her. I think says that you put some thought and effort into it, and that's a keepsake for, hopefully, if you stay together the rest of your life.
Right? And then if you don't stay together, if you bought her a bunch of junk, she's just gonna throw it away.
Right, and actually, I had a client once say to me, if a guy gives a girl, like an ex gave a girl jewelry and she's still wearing it, does that mean that she's pining for the guy? And I said, not necessarily. It might just mean that she really likes the piece of jewelry, so she's wearing it, right? But it can mean that she's wearing this because, wow, such and such gave it to me, and it's a piece I hold close to him. So I think jewelry is a slippery slope.
Going back to just the thoughtful nature of gifts, I have a couple pieces of jewelry that exes have given me in the past, and when I put them on, I can't help but think, oh, so-and-so gave that to me. It's not, it's not unrelated to a memory.
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean, not pining for them, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I
true.
do think of them when I put it on.
Right. Right. And on the flip side of that, if you have some very expensive piece that some guy that you really didn't care for that much gave you just because he was trying to buy you, you're more likely to hock it than to keep it and wear it. And, you know, it's not something that you feel good about having because you felt like somebody tried to buy you with some expensive thing.
So, when it comes to major holidays like Valentine's Day,
Right.
what's the cutoff? If you start dating like a week before Valentine's Day, do you get a pass?
You absolutely get a pass. I think if you're walking in, and especially too, like right before like Christmas or, you know, a major holiday, I think whoever it is that you're dating understands, hey, look, we just met each other, this is awkward. But if you really hit it off and you liked each other, you can acknowledge it. I mean, just something simple. If you're going to spend, like, say, a Valentine's Day together, then I think taking her to dinner is gift enough. You could very simply, you know, bring her a flower or a little thing of chocolates or just a little something, nothing. That, you know, no teddy bears, no meaningful trinkets, just something one-off that just says, hey, I thought of you. That, or a bottle of wine is nice, because then hopefully you drink it together. I'm a big fan of just a bottle of wine because it doesn't really say gift, but it says thoughtful.
And time, right? If you get a bottle of wine for someone, you're sort of saying, I'd like to spend some time with you, and at least enough time to drink a whole bottle of wine.
Right, exactly. If you bring somebody a bottle of wine, there's the assumption of like, hey, I want to drink this with you. So that's, I think, always, when in doubt, just get a bottle of wine.
Okay.
If they drink.
I was going to say, and if you're over 21.
True, yeah.
Because there are 18-year-olds out there dating, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and actually it's harder if you're under 21 because you don't have the option of just like meeting for drinks and going out, like, you know, I mean, you can go to dinner, but you know what I mean? It's not as common that younger people don't necessarily like going to dinner. So experience dates, I think, are better. Anything that you can do that's an activity that you can talk about together. So if you're trying to get a gift that could be concert tickets or game tickets, or if there's any kind of event that's going on that you could take her to, is creating memories together, which is a better gift in the first place.
Yes, memories. Because memories are worth so much more than all that junk anyway, in the end.
Yeah, in the end, she's not going to remember what you gave her as your first gift unless you really knocked it out of the park and it was thoughtful. Thoughtful, and that you listened and you paid attention is what she's looking for in a partner anyway. So if you have an opportunity to give a gift and at the same time show, hey, I listened to you, I care about what you want, and I got you something that was meaningful, then that's a win. That's a huge win, and she will remember that.
What about birthdays? Is there a different exception for birthdays, or is it the same?
Birthdays, if you've just met somebody, I think you can certainly acknowledge, you can find a funny birthday card that makes her laugh, that, you know, but be careful with humor. Sometimes like sarcastic humor can be really insulting to somebody. Make sure that it's truly generically funny. But I think, yeah, if it's somebody's birthday, that's their day, that's their special day. If you want this person to like you, then by acknowledging it and making it special for her, I think is great, but don't go over the top. No big expensive gifts, no, you know, heavy duty, like, you know, meaningful thing, but experience things, I think, are perfect. Take somebody somewhere for their birthday, whether it's just to a concert or to a game or to a movie even that's cool that she wanted to see, but keep it small.
So what's the best way when you're just getting to know someone then to sort of pick up on that little thing that might be more thoughtful for them but not over the top?
To really listen to them. I mean, people want to feel heard anyway. Right? That's a huge part of a relationship, is communication and feeling heard. So anything that you can pick up, little things, even maybe something that they just threw out that they didn't even realize that they said, that then you can bring back and give a gift, will really blow her away, that mostly you paid attention and that you cared enough to learn about what might make her happy.
So you don't have to pay, you just need to pay attention.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us, Donna. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.